Dear Stan Lee, Stan the man, Smilin' Stan, you went by so many names during your tenure as, like, a nerd god and creator and writer and person. I'm making this video for you, even though I am pretty sure you can't watch it because it felt very weird and very wrong and a little bit insincere and strange and not acknowledging your full personhood to make a video about this that was, like, at just people in general. I wanted to say thank you for all of the things that you did for, like, the world in general. You brought the world a group of misfits and outcasts and, like, showed them that, you know, they could do things, that they could be something. That sometimes the people that you ignore because they're different are the people who are amazing because they're different. You, like, revolutionized an industry. You helped really reinvent a genre and practically invent a new genre, both in films and comic books. Like, you know this. You know all of this. But what I'm trying to say is thank you personally. Marvel Comics were the first, like, nerd thing that I ever got into. Before I even saw a Star Wars movie, before I read Harry Potter, before I watched TV shows at all. That was my thing. I loved reading comic books, and I loved reading all of your little notes at the bottom, even if they were referring to issues of comics that I never had read or never even got a chance to read. You brought everything together. You faced down, like, genuine evils in the world with, like, this wry wit and just, like, the ability of normal people to keep going despite all of the odds being against them. People to be, like, funny and sardonic and ridiculous. And I love that, and that helped make me part of who I am. Spider-Man was the first time, like, the first character that I really truly loved and thought that I could be like. I wanted to become a biochemistry major because that's what Peter Parker was. I, like, dressed myself up in a superhero outfit under my normal clothes. I found this very bad fan art from when I was 11 of Spider-Man, who is someone that you helped to make, and there's been a ton of kerfuffle and argument over how much you really had influence and stuff, and I know sometimes you get more credit than you might deserve, but you know all of that. You know that whole mess, and you've been, you know, yelled at and mistreated and sometimes abused and manipulated based on your, like, pop culture icon status. I'm sorry for that, because what you really are is someone who, like, affected people and who helped them and who told stories that they loved with, like, this wry wit and just, like, the ability of normal people to keep going despite all of the odds being against them. People to be, like, funny and sardonic and ridiculous. There is a little bit of, like, mixed feelings because you weren't always the most chill about, like, women and stuff, to be frank. This has probably been pointed out to you before. Your Marvel Comics female readership lineup left us with the stunning choice of choosing between Barbie and Barbie fashion, and the female heroes left a little something to be desired in many departments. And there was a time when I really wanted to be a boy so that I could be a hero like all of my favorites. But you were part of a system, and you participated in something that was bad and unhelpful. But you did fight a little bit to help that. Not always in ways that, like, worked out well or made sense, but you always tried. You resisted the comics code. Rest in not peace, comics code. Gosh. Sometimes it was a business decision. Sometimes it was something that you took from another person, but you helped make the world of geekery the way it is, and you helped establish, like, the fun and the attitude of nerddom in general. And you always kept a good attitude, even though, like, you wanted to write the great American novel. You wanted to be a serious writer, and then comics became your life, even though that's not what you really wanted. But you embraced it, and you were thankful for it the whole time. And you always went, and even though you didn't need to, you always were kind to fans and took pictures with them and showed up at things. I took an online class in which you were like a guest lecturer, and you were an absolute delight. So thank you. You meant a lot to a lot of people, and you did some great things. Your attitude and your spirit and your humor and your passion made the world of storytelling, the world of heroes, and the world of geekery, which is now, like, the world. This is something you helped make. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. You will be missed.